Hello, social media friends. It is Jeremy Rowland with Triple R Bail Bonds, and it is Saturday, January the 17th, 2026, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the ice cold state of Arkansas. And it is time for a thing that we call Bail Banking in America, where every single Saturday, sometime throughout the day, there's not a set time because I don't have a set schedule. I never know where I'm going to be 5 minutes from now. But sometime on Saturday, we do this thing called Bail Bacon in America, where I talk to you about three things that I'm passionate about. That is bail, that is bacon, that is America. And then at the very end, I give you a question. And if you participate by putting the answer to the question in the comment section, you get a chance to win $25 for yourself, $25 for your favorite philanthropy, and some custom merch. It's really just about the philanthropy is really what it's about. It's about, sorry if you see my thumb, my Twitter is going off with all the sports going on. It's really just about giving back, educating, giving you some information about those three things, but then also the winners have the opportunity to give back to their favorite philanthropy, because that's really what this is passionate about. It's about me and you and the ability that we can come together and give some money to your philanthropy and hopefully help somebody out there that needs it. Hello, everybody that's watching. Don't forget to share this video and be sure to go to triplrbailbonds.com every single day and get signed up for Bail Bacon in America, okay? So let's just kick it off this week with, now I shared this on my personal Facebook page, but I wanted to talk about this. The 8th Circuit Court probes the right to counsel in Arkansas bail hearings. So essentially, if somebody is arrested and they go to jail and it requires a first appearance, which is felonies, now there are some counties that require first appearances on all Class A misdemeanors, like refusing breathalyzer, domestic battery, those types of things. Now there are some counties that do not require first appearances on refusals and DWIs and misdemeanor assault, stuff like that. However, if somebody goes to jail for a felony or something that considered in that class range, or that, what's the word I'm looking for, that classification of a charge that requires a first appearance, then basically what happens is they go before a judge in that county and they get a bond set. Basically, the judge considers their criminal history, their employment, how long they've lived in the area, risk of flight, etc., etc., etc. Okay, but basically, what's going on here is that they're arguing the fact that this bail hearing it's considered a critical stage. Okay, it's considered a critical stage in a person's ability to defend themselves, or and I'm kind of torn on the issue because I can see both sides. I can see your right to counsel, okay, because you do have that. But what I also see out of this is, because everybody has the right to remain silent whenever they have a first appearance. You have the right to remain silent at any time. But the biggest thing that I see out of this was going to be a log jam. Now that's kind of, that's being picky. That's truly being picky, because if you are charged with a crime and you go to a first appearance hearing and you have no counsel there and you have nothing there, and it's just you and the judge tells you have the right to remain silent, and they just formally read you the charges and then they set you a monetary bond amount, then bail can only be revisited at your first arraignment date, which in rural Arkansas, that could be 30 days down the road. It could be 45 days down the road, or it could be next week. The thing that I see that really going to be a problem here is that if the accused is going to have the right to legal counsel, then the Public Defender Commission of this state is really going to have to step up. You're going to have to make sure that you have a public defender free of charge to that accused if they cannot afford an attorney. And then the private attorneys are going to, if they're requested by family and paid a monetary amount to represent them, there's bond hearings every day in this state. What if you have one attorney that's got 4 different clients and he's got to be in 4 different places? Now, this can all be resolved with the ability of using Zoom and technological advances, so people can be brought into a room. You can have the state, the prosecutor, and you can have the attorney all on Zoom, and they can handle multiple clients across the state of Arkansas or within the judicial district that they're in. But if we're going to do this, then we have to do it right, okay? It has to be done right. If you're requiring a judge, or if you're requiring that person that's accused of a crime to have legal counsel, then the Public Defender Commission is going to have to step up and have somebody there. And then the State Prosecutors Association is going to have to step up and be sure that they have a state deputy prosecutor that's available 7 days a week. Now, in Sharp County, where I am, the judge only does first appearances on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means if you get arrested on Friday for a Class A misdemeanor or anything of a felony or anything like that, you are not going to see a judge until Monday, okay? And then so on to Wednesday and so on till Friday. So this can get very difficult for a lot of people. And I think what we really need to get back down to is let's get back to reasonable bail. I think everybody has the right to reasonable bail. Well, I mean, that's the law. It's reasonable bail. But I also see the benefit in this. So I'm going to share this article on this video as soon as we get through, and I want you to read through it. And I'm going to go ahead and give you your question for this week. I want your feedback on this. I want you to tell me how you feel about it. It can be a long paragraph. It can be 2 or 3 words, whatever you want to do. But I want you to tell me how you feel about this article whenever you get to read it. Now let's move on to bacon. Listen, Americans love bacon, but apparently Canadians love bacon too. I mean, they do have Canadian bacon, if that's what you want to call it, okay? Because I read an article from the Vancouver Sun in reference to a fast food worker who was assaulted. Hello, Raiden Stockstill, I love you too. A fast food worker in Vancouver was assaulted because of bacon. Now, how does this happen? Basically, this fast food restaurant in Vancouver was saying that you could get free bacon on your sandwich if you requested it. Well, apparently this fast food worker told this customer that that was no longer valid, and this customer went behind the counter and assaulted this fast food worker. Now listen, I love bacon. I have bacon every day. If you really want to jumpstart your day in the morning, here's what you need to do. Get you some peanut butter, some jelly, some bacon, and some wheat toast. Put those things together. Have that for yourself in the morning, and I promise you, you're going to be ready to go. I had one yesterday, and I had one today because I've been out late posting bail. I've been up early posting bail, and I needed a kickstart, and I took care of that. Now, they do sell at the dollar store. If you don't want a whole big loaf of bread, they sell miniature loaves of bread with smaller pieces of bread at the dollar store. I found them, and I have some. So I just whip it up. It's a little bitty like this. Whip it up and eat it. The crunch of the bacon, the sweetness of the jelly, and you know what, peanut butter. It's just awesome. Put that together and you'll have a great little snack to start your day. Now let's move on to America. As you can tell by my hat, tomorrow is a huge day for me. The Chicago Bears play the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL playoffs. Now I know this, you're probably getting tired of hearing about my sports love, but the Chicago Bears have been a staple of my life. Since I was born in 1975, became a huge fan in 1981 at the ripe age of 6. I am now 50. I've seen the Bears win the Super Bowl at the age of 10 in 1985, and it's been a long drought, Statistically, I might have 23, 25 more years left. I would like to see it one more time. So I'm asking you to please, tomorrow, if you're into football and sports, give all the best wisdom and cheers and chants that you can from my beloved Bears. Debbie Gruger's a Seahawks fan. Well, here we go. We all have our faults. I have my fault because of the Bears and fault Seahawks. It's just a passion. I love sports. In this office thing that I'm in, there's 6 TVs going constantly with sports, okay? I watched the Razorbacks lose today. I watched Arkansas State lose today. I mean, I've got Duke on, Denver and the Bills. I mean, it's just sports all the time. So go Bears tomorrow. Don't forget, your question is, I'm going to share this article, and I want you to give me your feedback in reference to legal counsel during bail hearings, okay? But listen specifically to what I talked about that, because, I could go on and on and on about that, because I believe people have the right to legal counsel, but I also feel that the state needs to be there, and there needs to be reasonable arguments so reasonable bail is set for the accused, because at the end of the day, you're innocent until proven guilty. I'm going backwards. Now, also, one little thing, I know I'm being a little winded this week, but I can no longer turn the camera around and show the people that are in the thing or the wheel. And here's why. Most of you know that I have another business called Triple R Online, where we do a thing called Woo Wednesday every single Wednesday. Well, YouTube flagged one of our videos and removed it because an individual's name was next to their email address. And basically, that is another strike. So, and all my stuff is tied together. So if I get any more strikes, then they are going to delete my YouTube ability. And I love Rumble. I use Rumble too. Rumble didn't have any problem with it. I may just have to post it to Rumble. So you're going to have to trust me when I tell you the winners of that. So I'm going to go over here real quick. Let's see here. We had 157 entries, and we are going to pick a winner, the first winner. Let's see who it is. Hold on one second. I hit the wrong button. Leave. Here we go. 157 entries. And I'll give you some of the names. Dennis Rose, Margaret Lawson, Kenny Tinsley. See, I can say names, Melanie Chamberlain, but I can't show you that because it got their email address. So let's pick a winner real quick. And that winner is Cassandra Haggins. Congratulations, Cassandra Haggins. I know how to get a hold of you, and I will. So you want $25 for yourself, $25 for your favorite philanthropy. Now we're going to go on to the answers to the questions of last week, and I will spin this wheel real quick and let you know who it is. Just a second. Spinning. Here we go. I'm gonna figure out a way by next week to where I can show you this stuff again. But the winner is Kenneth Tinsley. Congratulations, Kenneth Tinsley. You won the merch, the money, and we're going to donate to your favorite philanthropy. We do this every single week, ladies and gentlemen, every Saturday. So be sure to share this video. Tell all your friends and family about Bell Bacon America. Go Bears. Bear down. It's going to be cold. We're going to win this thing tomorrow at 5:30. If you need to know where I'm going through, I'm going to be jumping up and down, yelling, throwing things, hopefully not breaking anything, saying go Bears. I'm going to lay out my hats. I have 5 hats that I use for every single game, 1 for each quarter, and then I have the winning hat. So I just wanted to put on the winning hat tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday. Thank you so much for watching Bell Bacon in America. Give me 5 minutes. I'll get everything cleaned up. I'll get this article put in the comment section, and let me know what you think about it. Y'all have a great night.